Hey everybody, welcome to the Power Couples Coaching Show. My name is Brent.
And I'm Sarah.
We have a fun show tonight, at least it was fun for us. A completely different format than what we've been doing before. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let us know what you think. And always, we are open to suggestions. What do you think about it?
About the show?
Yeah.
I like the new format. I think it breaks it up pretty well, and I think that it will be more interesting for people when it's like multiple topics.
This is an evolving show. We're just kind of getting our feet wet and learning as we go. It was really fun shooting the show like this. I have fun every time we record, but I really like what we did this time.
Me too.
What are you going to be talking about?
I'm going to be talking about self-care, and I'm going to go a little bit into my self-care routine and what I do.
Awesome. And I'm going to be showing you guys some resistance training, some exercises that you can do with resistance bands. Being forced to spend quarantine at home and not being able to go to the gym, had to be creative and figure out a way to still be able to work out and stay strong and healthy during this whole pandemic. It ended up being something that I really prefer. I really like working with resistance bands. That's all I've been doing. That's all we've been doing for a while now. And I think the results, they speak for themselves. Honestly, I think that my muscle definition has gotten so much better since I started training with resistance bands versus lifting with free weights. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to pass it to you, Sarah.
I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about self-care and the importance of developing a self-care routine. First, I'm just going to go ahead and define self-care for people that don't know what that is. Self-care is basically any activity that we do deliberately or with intention that takes care of our physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual health. I'm just going to go through a list and kind of give you guys some examples of self-care techniques and talk a little bit about most of them. And then I'm going to go over just some of my favorite things and what my self-care routine is, and just give you some different ideas. Some different self-care techniques include journaling or writing, which can be done in a lot of different ways. You can journal about anything that's on your mind, kind of get whatever is in your head onto paper and out of your head so that you can think more clearly and not be so overwhelmed. It's suggested to do 2 to 3 pages of writing. I like to do it in the morning, but even 1 page is better than nothing. Really, anything is better than nothing. And also, if you like to write, like if you really love writing and you're really creative, that's another good outlet as well. Prayer and meditation is another important one. That can be done in different ways as well. I'm pretty sure everybody kind of knows what prayer is. Meditation is kind of hard to define. It is basically getting still and kind of away from distraction, really coming into awareness and observing what's going on around you, all the sensations, all the thoughts passing through your head. The main objective is to kind of observe your experience and try not to judge it. And then in time, things are supposed to flow and it's supposed to become more natural and it's supposed to get better as you keep doing it. Another really good one is exercise and taking care of your physical health by eating healthy and having healthy habits like taking your vitamins. Exercise, you can really do anything that you enjoy doing. I enjoy weightlifting. You know, some cardio once in a while is good. But really whatever somebody enjoys doing, whatever's sustainable for them. The best, I think, is when you just kind of lose track of the fact that it's a workout because you're enjoying it. Having hobbies and interests, I consider self-care as well. It kind of puts you in a meditative state when you're working on something that you enjoy and that you find pleasure in. Taking a bath is another good one as well. I don't really need to explain what a bath is, you know, maybe putting some like essential oils or a bath bomb in there or lighting candles or whatever makes you feel relaxed. Going for a massage is really good. There's all kinds of different massages, Swedish, deep tissue. What the hell is the other one? Swedish, deep tissue. What the fuck is the other massage? Thai? I don't know. I don't really know what Thai is, but when you get a massage, it really helps your body relax, and it's a really good thing to do for yourself. You know, I recommend getting massages frequently, but they're pretty expensive, so just do what you can. You'll definitely feel better. Float tanks. Float tanks or sensory deprivation tanks. If anyone watches or listens to Joe Rogan, I'm sure you know what floating is. It's a big tank of Epsom salt. Sometimes they have a room, but it's usually a tank. It's super buoyant, so you're floating like on top of the water, and it's kind of like a zero gravity experience, and it really helps like all of your muscles relax, and it really helps with so many different things. It definitely can take some getting used to, and it might not be for everyone, but it really helps me get into a meditative state a lot easier because you don't have all the sensory information going on, because that's the point. You're supposed to kind of turn off your senses as much as possible. You have earplugs in your ears, and it's really dark in there, so you can't really see anything. Obviously, you can never get rid of your senses completely or you'd be dead, but that's one of my favorite ones, and it's usually 60 to 90 minutes. I've never honestly found anything that I enjoy more in terms of that. Another one that helps relax your body as well. I think, to me, I feel present when I'm stretching. Also, going to the beach or being in nature, somewhere where you can relax and just like appreciate where you are. Really good for slowing down. Really just like pampering yourself, like in any way, counts as self-care. Seeing a friend or a loved one, it can be either calling them or seeing them in person. I consider that a form of self-care as well. And, you know, it is important to have social interaction, even though we might not always want it. It's definitely really important to have more than just like one person in your life who you talk to and interact with on a regular basis. I'd say try to like see a friend or someone you care about every at least other week. There's definitely so many other ones, but those are just ones that came to my mind that I'm aware of. There's a ton of them. You can get creative with it. I'm just going to tell you guys what my self-care routine currently is. It changes sometimes, but this is what I'm currently doing and trying to maintain. In the morning, I will do a meditation first thing because it helps me kind of clear my head for my next task. I like to do a meditation shortly after waking up, making sure I don't fall back asleep. So yeah, I'll do the meditation, and then after that I will pray. I'll pray a little bit after my meditation because I feel like it helps. The meditation helps clear my head so that like I'm able to think about what I want to pray about. So I do that, and then I'll do my devotional readings in the morning. I will do some kind of a workout usually, so sometimes I end up doing more than one workout a day because of clients and whatever we end up doing. So in the morning I'll always do some kind of workout, eat something healthy, take my supplements in the morning, and every day I try to make sure that I'm in touch with someone that I care about besides Brent because we live together, so it doesn't always count. Yeah, that's important to me. Yeah, so those are the ones that I do every day, and then I do another meditation at night. But other ones that I really enjoy are going for walks, being in nature, the floating. But I haven't got to float a lot because there's not a lot of them near us, so it's a little bit of a hike to go there. I go every time I'm in New York, but it's not like a regular thing, and who knows when I'll be able to get there because of the C word. I love getting massages. Another one that I enjoy that I haven't been doing actively is jiu-jitsu. I miss it and I love it, and I recommend it to anyone who's really looking for a way to either be more present or, you know, learn how to defend yourself, get a really good workout, get a sense of community. That's another thing I recommend. So those are my favorite things for self-care. I'm always trying new things and experimenting, seeing like what works best for me and what I don't really care for. I'm going to keep adapting this list as I go and just try to really continue mastering the habits that we're working on right now. It's not good to throw too much at yourself at one time. You want to do something that feels sustainable, that's not really overwhelming. I challenge you guys to pick one form of self-care, two if you're feeling really adventurous, but pick one that you really want to work on mastering and getting down as something in your daily routine. Pick one or two and do that for 21 days until it can become a habit, and see the difference in how you feel from the first day until the 21st day. Maybe journal about your experience at least on the first day and the last day, so that way you can kind of compare and see how it goes. And I'm definitely curious to see how it goes for you, so if you end up doing this, definitely drop a comment and let us know. And if you have any really good self-care tips that you recommend, please drop it in the comments below. I'm curious to know what you guys do. Thanks, guys.
That was really good stuff, Sarah. So can you tell me what made you want to get into self-care? You know, formulating all these routines and making it something that is a part of your daily routine.
Do you want an honest answer or?
Of course, an honest answer.
Well, it's one of those things that I feel like people often neglect a certain area or multiple areas in their lives and just generally feel unbalanced. And, you know, somebody could be in great physical shape but be in poor mental health. You know, if you're neglecting to take time in your life to kind of take care of things, you're going to get overwhelmed. I think a lot of people struggle like in life, and I think that it's a very important thing to be growing, and I always was kind of big on self-development, and people are motivated by different things. For me, it was, you know, I always struggled kind of with like anxiety and like depression from time to time, and it's one of those things that help keep me in a decent headspace and also preventing things from getting bad, you know. And I think it's a really important thing for us to kind of have things in place to prevent as much as possible, because you never know when you're going to need that.
Right.
We can't predict life and what can happen. So
I totally agree with you there. Well, it was an awesome piece, and I'm excited to see what you do for the next show.
Thank you.
Alright guys, now I'm going to show you some resistance band training, easy workouts that you can do at home. If you have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to drop it in the comments below. I would love to answer your questions and help you out any way I can. What's up everyone? Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about resistance bands. These things are super versatile and so beneficial, especially right now while gyms still continue to be closed and, you know, people just don't want to be near other people. There's so much that you can do with these that I had no idea about. Virtually anything that you can do with free weights or a machine in the gym, you can manipulate these to do about the same thing. There's all different sizes, which means different weight. Position of your hand, where you hold it on the band, that also changes the weight of the lift. So you want it lighter, go further down. You want it heavier, you go higher up. And like I said, you can do almost every exercise that you can do with free weights, and you can even do a couple exercises that you can't do with free weights. Super versatile. Absolutely awesome. Today I'm going to show you guys a couple upper body exercises that you can do yourselves at home. And if you have any questions, please drop them down in the comments. Alright guys, the first exercise I'm going to show you today is called the archer. The reason why it's called that is because simply it looks like you're shooting a bow. This is going to work your back, especially this lat, extremely well. All you do is loop the band over your hand like so. Hold it out to your side, straight. Grab the band where you get the best resistance and simply pull back. Working hard to keep that front arm straight, squeezing that lat. Now I know that might look like a super easy exercise, but I'm telling you, the pump that you get from using these resistance bands is absolutely amazing. And the contraction, good lord, there's nothing I can compare it to. Now the next exercise I'm going to show you guys is like a variation of a chest fly crossover. And all you do, cross the band over like so, looping your hands through again like that. Place this right behind your, or right underneath your shoulder blades, underneath your delts. And then all you do, make sure your shoulders are down and back, keeping that chest exposed. And then all we're going to do is cross over. Show you this from the side. Again, down and back and cross over. Now you can do this high. You can do this in the middle, and you can do it low. You can also just press it out. And I'm telling you guys, The contraction, once again, is absolutely amazing. I don't think I'm ever going to stop doing these. Even if I do go to the gym and use some free weights once in a while, I think a lot of the bulk of my training is going to be at home with resistance bands. Okay, this next exercise works your triceps, and all it is a simple overhead tricep extension. So the first thing we need to do is loop the band underneath our foot. And then we loop the band around us like so, and extend out. Extending all the way out. Tricep works the most at the end of the extension when you're fully locked out. Woo! I'm starting to sweat. Alright, this final exercise is for the medial delt. All we do is stand on the band the same way that we did for the tricep extension, except this time we're grabbing with the opposite hand of the foot that the band is around. What I like to do is just widen my stance a little bit. It gives me a little bit more resistance with the band that I'm using. Keep the hand down to the side. Make sure that the shoulder is decompressed and you're not shrugging as you lift your arm up to the side. And again, the contraction is absolutely amazing. See, working with free weights, there is a dead spot in the lift that the muscle isn't under any stress from the weight. For instance, whenever you do a curl, when I get to the top right here, I could hold the weight all day long because my muscle is not fighting the weight because the center of gravity of the dumbbell is straight down with my arm like this. It goes straight down. So the weight is actually sitting right here pushing down, but it's not pushing the lever arm down that way. Now the difference is with a resistance band, the entire time the resistance is fighting against the muscle, and then when I get to the top, this is where the peak contraction and resistance happens. The resistance band is still fighting against the muscle trying to pull me down. It's not the same as with a dumbbell. So guys, that was my introduction into resistance band training. I'm going to be doing a lot more of this in future shows. If there's any questions you have, please drop it in the comments below. I would love to help you any way that I can. And if there's anything you want to see on the show, let me know. Alright guys, thanks a lot. So yeah guys, that was just a little introduction into some resistance band training. If there's any questions you have, again, drop them below. I would love to help you out, and I'm going to do more like that in future shows.
Yeah, I was really surprised before we started training this way how versatile resistance bands are and like how much you can really do with them. There's a lot of exercises that I didn't know that you could incorporate a resistance band with. You know, obviously I've used bands with clients many times, but I didn't realize that you can basically do almost every single exercise with them effectively, and it has been working really well.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I didn't even know how much you could do until we started training like this. It's absolutely amazing. I don't know the last time that we've actually been in the gym. The gym's opened up, our gym at least, down here in Florida, and we went there a couple times and then just kind of stayed at home and kept doing the resistance band thing because it really works. It's, like you said, versatile, and you can do it at any time of the day. You're home. You don't have to worry about a gym being open. You don't have to worry about waiting on somebody to get off of a machine.
Just being around people.
Exactly. Just being around people. People are alright. But anyways, yeah, so it's really great, and again, if anybody has any questions, be more than happy to help you out with it. Be sure to check out our website, powercouplescoaching.us. Also, check out our Instagram. The links for all of that is down below in the comments. We got a lot of great content coming out every day on there. We're going to start doing one episode like this a week, and then we might throw a couple other ones in there, some wild cards. So just stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching.